up, SnoTap Nation? It's been a while. I'm here with my main man, Andrew Kazz. We usually do these
Dap on the internet.
Dap on the internet
Dap
is
on the
special.
internet.
We usually do these
First time
special
for
holiday
everything.
podcasts. Done them before. It's been way too long. Just wanted to get at everybody. Hopefully it's been a great holiday time. Hanukkah's back in the rearview mirror. So is Christmas, and New Year's is upon us. So
And here we come. Favorite New Year's underrated holiday.
It
Get
is.
the booze till 4:30 in the bars. Unreal.
How are you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing great, Murph. It's good to see you. I'm ready to talk some sports. It's always great when God's son gets to come back from Cleveland. You know what I'm saying?
That's not true.
God damn, it's nice to see you. So
Well, we want to start out by congratulating you with something. Obviously, everyone that's probably watching this podcast watches or plays fantasy football. Most of the playoffs are now wrapped up, and Andrew right here will be given a trophy right now.
Oh, the John Conn's trophy, as I finally took home my first championship in the Greats League. It feels good. I hope you guys can get a good look here. It's beautiful. He's got gold undies on, and now Doobie McGee will be added into the ranks.
First time, right? How does it feel?
First time champ. I got dethroned by Murph one year, and then it's nice. It's nice to be on there. It's very nice.
Any
So,
special plans with the trophy? Are you gonna have a parade? Bring it to any bars, signings?
I'm definitely maybe one signing or two. I might set up a little stand somewhere. Maybe even bring it to work so people can just really. Not only can I show at work, that we make great trophies, but.
Are you going the traditional route with the Chippewa Valley merchandise for all the Doobie McGee championship gear? Or did you go to like a Converse brand?
I'm keeping that in house. I might even throw some Under Armour on there. I don't know. Do it for Brandon.
Do it for Brandon.
All
All right, we like to hear that. As you know, Gandalf is also joining us here, but in the background, something we'll get to later. Giannis, Andrews repping the Bucks tonight. We'll talk a little bit about the Greek Freak and Young Buck. He's the new Young Buck.
He is 16 in chance. Or 15 in chance. Incredible. All about it. All about it for sure. Giannis. So we'll do some Giannis talk, among other things, and let's get into this.
Yeah, we're going to start it off. No news to anybody in Wisconsin. Aaron Rodgers is playing on Sunday.
Oh, my.
Woo!
Oh, my.
The NFC North Championship game will be played at 3:25 Central Time. Unfortunately, not primetime NBC.
It's okay. We didn't even need it.
Big blunder there, though, by NBC.
Well, yeah, NBC wants to put the Romo Bowl on there, though. They had to be just the most bummed out when they flexed that game, and then Romo was hurt by Wednesday. So
the whole media just loves the fact that they've been able to talk about the Cowboys for an extra week.
It is great.
It's great they haven't made the playoffs like once in the last 16 years, so we haven't had to deal with it.
Oh, I know. And when they do, and when they did, they'll lose. They lose quick.
They lose quick.
So it's and even if they get in, who are they going to get slaughtered by right away? They'd have to go to San Fran or something like that.
They would host a game, but they would get slaughtered by San Francisco.
That'd be terrible.
You'd see Michael Trapsey going to the Star, Terrell Owens form, but we don't have to worry about that. I think that's an easy game for the Eagles.
Absolutely, I do too.
What do you feel about the NFC North Championship game?
Well, you know what it is? It's just we got Rodgers back. It's hard not to feel good. It's really hard not to feel good, especially knowing that Jay and Aaron are such close friends, and you're sitting there thinking, now Jay's got to play and try to beat his old friend that he just can't seem to beat.
How are Aaron and Jay friends? I just don't see how that lines up.
I mean,
who buys who drinks?
I'm going to say this is, I kind of think that Cutler and Braun are kind of sneakily the same kind of personality.
Okay.
Rodgers loved Braun. I mean, did. I don't know what their situation's like now, but he seems to like kind of those guys that, I think Rodgers likes guys that thinks he's better than them, and then so he can like beat them at things. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like in the Jordan. How Jordan just liked to beat people.
Likes to keep his peers in his competition close.
And something like that.
It's kind of sneaky.
I like it, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And now you just know Cutler shitting his pants going into this week. Has to be.
Yeah, he's not happy. I mean, it's definitely a lot more eyes on the game than he would have thought. And, I mean, the Bears blew their chance on Sunday night against the Eagles. Had a game that they could have took the division home on a week ago almost.
It was great.
Do you think that Rodgers coming back, obviously it's a huge deal, but do you think it's like it puts the Packers over the hump, or do you think other phases of the game and players need to step up?
God, my bias says that that puts us over the hump. I still hate our defense. I mean, I hate it. And I was talking to actually Garrett Larson at the bar. G-Funk, shout out G-Funk, first beer that I ever got was from him. Thank you. Labatt's Blue, Corny Clemens' house, sophomore year. But G-Funk and I were talking, and he said, well, just basically that when you think back to 2010 when we won the Super Bowl, how this is we got similarities. We lost to Detroit without Rodgers. Philly kind of might sneakily get us into the playoffs. But we had Eric Walden step up down the stretch, and aside from Clay, who now is out, we had another linebacker that was stepping up and all of a sudden was making a ton of plays. Now, Walden obviously shit the bed last year in the playoffs, and we cut him and whatnot, whatever. He's an idiot. But he stepped up, and the point is I haven't really seen anyone on the D-line or linebackers come in we need a game-changing pass rusher, because if we don't pressure the quarterback, clearly you're not going to win the playoffs.
And you make a great point. People in the last few weeks have kind of tried to highlight that guy as a Mike Daniels type player or a Sean Richardson, the safety, stepping up in the backfield. But we really haven't seen. There was chances in the Steelers game for a player to just. I mean, all we needed in that game, or the Packers needed, was a defensive touchdown to win the game. It didn't happen.
And there was opportunities too, I feel.
How do you feel about this game? I mean, you're a loyal Packer fan. You're thinking win, but what needs to happen for them to win?
For us to win, we need to we gotta just make sure Devin Hester doesn't have a fluke kick return. I don't think he's been very busy back there this year in terms of big stats and big returns, but it would be terrible if we lost the game because we let him loose once. And just make sure just limit turnovers. If we go in there and Rodgers shows rust but doesn't necessarily turn the ball, I think if we just win the turnover battle, we're gonna win that game because Cutler's gonna give us one as far as I'm concerned. And our running backs have been pretty sure. So that's if turnover battle. It's kind of this old adage, but I don't know. And that just kind of I feel like we're going to beat them in a shootout because we both give up points.
You're thinking we're +1 going to the game with Cutler's history. I mean, he's 1-8 against the Packers.
What does Vegas have that game?
I think we're
odds, right?
No, the Packers are favorites now by I think at least 4 points. So it switched obviously on Thursday afternoon after the news came out. I mean. It's pretty interesting. Lacey hasn't practiced all week. He hasn't practiced in a few weeks. I think he gets the ball until his ankle, as he's kind of like almost an NBA player at this point, until his ankle turns wrong.
Right, and then after that he'll gimp off. But that's where then Starks is so fresh.
Yeah, Starks has been great in that 8 to 10 carries, touches a game, really has those powerful legs and really north and south. Runs a little too high, but
yeah, definitely. That's why he probably stays hurt.
It's going to be a crazy game. I mean, the fact that this team has been so bad. They've gone through so much, and they have a chance to go to the playoffs on Sunday. And then once they get in the playoffs, you're in the tournament.
Everybody's in, and especially, and then it's almost just a thing of quarterback play in this NFL. And I mean, how can you not feel good with Aaron? The one thing that I don't like, though, that kind of sits there lurking in the back of the mind is how embarrassed the Bears were last week on national TV. They're professionals. You gotta imagine they're gonna be pissed, and you gotta imagine they want to come out and defend Chicago. So. We'll see how that goes. I hope that doesn't, become a detriment to us. But
that's the last thing that Jay Cutler and the Bears want to see coming into town. Is Aaron Rodgers hasn't played in 7 weeks. No offense.
Smiling mustache. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm excited. It'll be a fun time. Are you going to be still around here, or do you have to catch a flight?
I tried to change a flight on Sunday afternoon, but somehow United Airlines, which is based in Chicago, wouldn't let me change my flight. Coincidentally, really? I don't know if there's a little lineage there, but I'll be watching most of the game from the O'Hare Airport, so with some gear on.
I was going to say, hooting loud when the Packers.
Big Cat, if you want to meet me there at O'Hare, we'll share a beer, and you can buy mine after we win. So,
absolutely.
Kind of talking about injuries, we'll move to the NBA. The National Basketball Association has been really on the downturn the last couple of days with injuries.
It sucks. I mean, on top of the Christmas, which is supposed to be the most fun NBA, one of the bigger days of the NBA season was almost ruined by injuries, you could say. I mean, Harden almost didn't play. Luckily, he did. He went off. But you're looking at guys like Kobe and Rose, and they were supposed to be there. And the Nets just are stupid. And now you hear
Melo didn't play.
Melo didn't play. You got Brook Lopez broke his foot just a second ago, and that really stinks because he was off to. He had a great year last year, and he's been consistent when he's healthy. And he finally put one together, and can't do it 2 years in a row, unfortunately. And
he's fragile.
That's his MO.
It's a problem with big men; they can't stay healthy.
Yeah, it is just being a big guy. But now, what really sucks is that Horford's hurt. Haven't even got to check in the extent of that injury. But poor Atlanta Hawks, they were holding on to that 3 seed, if you could want to call it holding on in the East. But they, and they're sure to go down. But Russell Westbrook just bums me out.
Is this starting to be? I mean, I was trying to think about this today and put it into context. So Russell hurt his knee in the playoffs last year. Then he has arthroscopic surgery again and has to miss 2 weeks of the season. Came back a lot sooner than everyone thought.
He missed 3 games. They were 2-1 in those, and they looked crappy. And since then, they've been a wreck. I mean,
is this going to slow Russell down? Like, is this one of those things where he's going to have to change? People talk about Rose needing to change his game. Is Russell putting that much torque on his knee, or is it?
I'm thinking no, because Russell came back, and like you said, he missed 3 games, 2 weeks after that surgery. And did Russell look any different to you in that time? I mean, he was flying around. And I think all it was is that he just should have let that heal for a month instead of what he did, and then this would be an issue. I saw some dumb shit on Twitter today of someone saying that Russell's becoming injury prone. he's one of the guys that I say no because this is how many dudes go around and I mean you look at what he was doing. He flies around. His athleticism didn't change at all. This knee injury is one that people come back for. I mean, Chris Paul and Dwayne Wade, you still have this knee injury. You know what I mean?
It's not the 1980s anymore. We're worried about cleaning out knees.
So I think that Russell, this is more precautionary. I think they saw some swelling. You know what? They're like, we're the best team in the West right now, and that's something that I want to go in on too. Is that how disrespected the Thunder have been? I mean, people aren't even talking about them, and they have lost 2 games since Russell and Kevin have played together, and Russell and Kevin are doing every night 30, 11, and 5 out of KD, and 23, 10, and 8 from Russell. I mean, literally, it's spectacular to watch. And it's my favorite. Until I was literally in the midst of writing, I think that this is your champion. I think you got
Thunder are your champion.
I literally think so. I don't know. They look pissed, and you know something about Dwayne Wade is playing very good basketball right now too. And it's between them and the Heat. I think that everyone is just disrespecting the Thunder, and I think Kevin, and you don't see them hooting or hollering about it. You know what I mean? They're just about their business.
And they're a team unlike the Pacers that's proven. They've won their conference before. Yeah. They've been in a series with the Heat, and that'd be really interesting to see them 2 years later matched up hardenless against the Heat. And then just so Russell, because that's even the biggest chip on Kevin and Russell's shoulder. And that's the other thing about that too is you brought up the Pacers. I'm sick of people. I saw ESPN had a line, and I'm not saying ESPN because it's everyone, but ESPN ran some article that said Pacers tired of being second fiddle. It was before one of those Heat Pacers. They are second fiddle.
Well, sure as shit are, but here's the thing: they're not even. They're like a fourth fiddle. They are a new contender. They have been a contender for a year.
Roy Hibbert, you talk a lot.
You are what? Yeah, he does talk, but I'm saying. You're looking the second fiddle is the Thunder, and that's what my problem is that no one's talking about them, and that's what's scary about that.
And I think what's great about this, the only silver lining in this Westbrook injury, which will be brought up, is the Thunder might be good enough to go 500 in the West until the All-Star break. But guys like Jeremy Lamb are going to have to step up. And he's been playing good basketball this year. Guys like Reggie Jackson. That bench, they say, is the best bench they've had since all 3 of them were originally there. That's including Harden on that bench. Right. Serge has been playing well. I mean, they have a lot of interesting pieces. Ronnie Brewer's on that team.
And Ronnie Brewer's a defender. That's going to be big time in the playoffs. And plus, Ronnie Brewer's a guy with experience. And I think he went in the playoffs with the Jazz and the Bulls for sure.
But Jeremy Lamb, man, he's going to step up. I have all my marbles behind this guy.
He won me some money at UConn. Him and Kemba were my boys. I mean, I've had faith in Jeremy Lamb. I shouldn't have said. I was just upset as everyone was with that Harden trade, but I was kind of bummed because I thought Lamb was going to be maybe a Rookie of the Year contender too. Because I thought he's a sneaky scorer, man. He can do it all. He can elevate. He hangs and
he's smooth.
Right. And like the big thing is, let's see what his playoff defense is like because that's a lot. I mean, you don't take into consideration these young guys defending in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You think about how they can score, but I mean, you can't be getting torched. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming off the bench and having to be that second life.
And not in the West having him some nights guard a Lillard or who knows if you're going to face a James Harden. Just having to contain that guy, keep him under 30. So
weird.
It'll be great to see this Thunder team, I think, build. Westbrook will be back in decent time. And it's just really too bad about I think.
Don't worry about Russ. That's the main thing. We can't worry about Russ.
Welcome to Blue Chips 2.